Morning, y'all. Selfie time. Yesterday was weird because when we started the live, we got to like 33 minutes on the first one before it cut out, but it didn't capture the 33 minutes. It only captured 10 minutes. It was weird. Okay, perfect. Let's get rolling. I was listening to a YouTube video as well, so let's just quickly go back to it. Let me go back quickly. Let's go to history.
These are not signs of failure or divine punishment.
Let's see.
They are systematic authenticity checks, necessary calibrations that test
Gonna do my
internal
quick warm up.
penetrated beyond the surface of the conscious mind into the depths of the subconscious. External reality, what we call the physical world, has no existence independent of the consciousness that perceives it. This is not speculative philosophy. It is the foundation upon which all experience is built.
1, 2,
All things,
3,
when they are admitted, are made manifest by the light, and this light is consciousness itself.
11,
Every
12,
object,
13,
person, and
14,
circumstance in life is literally consciousness crystallized
19,
into specific,
21,
responding
22,
precisely to the particular engagement of your
1,
body and substance.
2,
The universe's
3,
testing protocol
4,
operates through three interconnected
5,
fundamental mechanisms.
6,
First,
7,
the quantum mirror law
8,
establishes that you do not
9,
attract reality,
10,
you project it.
11,
Second, the
12,
vibrational incompatibility
13,
principle determines
14,
that it is physically
15,
impossible to inhabit a
16,
reality for which you do not
17,
possess the corresponding
18,
frequency code.
19,
Third, the ego death
20,
protocol ensures
21,
that every genuine
22,
transformation requires the complete dissolution of the identity that created the current reality.
1, 2,
Understanding
3,
these mechanisms
4,
is not an
5,
abstract
6,
intellectual
7,
exercise. It is a
8,
practical
9,
transformation
10,
technology
11, 12, 13, 14,
convert every
15,
obstacle into
16,
liberation of
17,
consciousness,
18,
every resistance
19,
into
20,
evolutionary fuel,
21,
and
22.
preparation for a higher
1,
life.
2,
The
3,
universe is not
4,
testing your patience
5,
or faith.
6,
It is
7,
verifying whether
8,
you have truly
9,
become, in
10,
essence,
11,
the person
12,
who would naturally
13,
possess what you
14,
desire to
15,
manifest.
16, 17, 18,
The
19,
ancient mystery
20,
schools of Egypt
21,
guarded knowledge
22.
that modernity has tried to bury under layers of superficial rationalism.
1,
The Hermetic
2,
principle of
3,
correspondence,
4,
as above,
5,
so below,
6,
as
7,
within, so
8,
without,
9,
was not
10,
mystical poetry for
12,
initiates dulled
13,
by incense.
14, 15,
It was a precise
16,
technical
17,
description of
18,
how reality
19,
structures itself
20,
in
21,
interdependent layers
22.
of manifested
Let me do
consciousness.
plank.
Physicists understood
1,
that the outer
2,
world does not
3,
exist as a
4,
separate entity,
5,
but
6,
as a
7,
mathematical projection
8,
of the inner
9,
world.
10,
A truth that
11,
quantum physics
12,
rediscovered
13,
when it
14,
observed that the act of
15,
observation
16, 17,
collapses
18,
possibilities into
19,
specific
20,
reality.
21,
The quantum
22.
mirror law operates through a mechanism that transcends the linear understanding of cause
1,
and effect. When James Allen wrote that
2,
circumstances grow from thought, he
3,
was not offering a comforting metaphor,
4,
but describing a verifiable process.
5,
Every thought sustained by sufficient intensity
6,
imprints itself on the quantum field of
7,
manifestation instruction. The universe,
8,
the ocean-level infinite processor of conscious
9,
information, has no choice but to reorganize
10,
the particles of reality to correspond exactly
11,
with the dominant mental impression. There is no moral judgment in
1,
experience.
2, Whew.
Vibrational incompatibility principle reveals why intensely desiring something while maintaining
4,
control creates overly amplified
7,
frustration.
8,
It is not a
10,
matter of
11,
possessing divine judgment.
13,
It is
14,
purely structural
15,
compatibility. To show a concrete example, a person vibrating at the frequency of scarcity trying to receive abundance is like a fax machine trying to receive email. The hardware does
bar.
not process that type of signal. A
Okay.
body diagram for health is difficult. Literally, you cannot process the experience of vibrating. This is why people win fortunes and quickly lose everything. They received something which they had no psychological infrastructure to sustain.
Psychological infrastructure. That's a good video. I don't really have to watch videos though, because I have all the answers. The egregore, I caught it this morning. I was like, huh, you're thinking we need to watch videos because we don't have the answer, but we have frequency. And I love it and I respect it. You know, because yesterday, oh man, yesterday was great in terms of growth and evolution. Oh my God, whoa, whoa, that was crazy. I'm gonna put you all out here for a moment. Yeah, it's a little chillier. We're getting cooler mornings. It's all good. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, let's get rolling. Let's get rolling. I mean, just, is the Bubba here? No. There's usually a little rabbit here that's like eating on grass. I don't see it though. So it's gonna be one of those days where we might be inside. So we'll see what happens. Let me just fix this water bottle. Okay, let's go. Let me just make sure. Yeah, boy. All right, let's go.
We are ready to rock and roll. Welcome, 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 whoever it is. Now, if for whatever the reason the live stream just disconnects and cuts off, you know why? Because yesterday we were walking and it just ended at the light. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I wasn't even saying anything. I was just crossing the light and it just decided to go kaput. But then when I restarted it, it lasted for the entire day. So I don't know, I don't get it. All right, path. You know, this morning I was listening to, there's a couple things I want to say. Number one, I don't have to look at YouTube videos. So I'm reminding my little egregore that, because this is what it's doing. I caught it this morning. The egregore is like, you should watch more YouTube videos because you don't have the answer. No, I actually have the answer. In fact, the answers came yesterday because I knew that I found the answer. I found the answer already. It's the now, of course, and the now. You can be anything, do anything, have anything, and you let go of it all without physically experiencing it. You can vibrationally experience things. Hi, crazy cat. Good to see you. Good morning, or grand rising, as Regina would say. You can experience everything here now. Like I mentioned, you can close your eyes and imagine you have ice cream in your hand, your favorite meal, and that's breaking beyond the third dimension. And this morning when I was watching a video, I was like, we don't have to watch this video, but we're choosing to watch this video for a moment just to see what it says. And it was funny because that video was the one that gave me the inspiration to call it path. Because sometimes I'm like, what am I gonna call the live stream today? Ooh, I should get to that light. 4, 3, 2, 1. Press the light. Yeah, got it. If I don't press it, then the thing doesn't last as long. So we got it. So it inspired me to call it path today. Hey Sunil, good to see you. It desired me to call it path today. And it's funny because in the video it's talking about how everybody and their mothers is manifesting. That's like the buzzword. That's the buzzword of our era, our generation. Manifesting this, manifesting that. I'm all about revealing and creating. But yeah, manifesting. I'm gonna go this way. I feel called to go this way. And it said that, a lot of, there's people who say that this is the right path and that's the right path and this is the right path and you should only do this path. Actually, the path is you. And it's what you feed the conviction, aka the confidence to, that it will bring forth. So like, for example, I'm like, no, I already have all the answers. I don't have to, I take the pathless path because that's its own path in itself. It's a paradox. The pathless path. Ooh, I like that flag. I mean, I know it's France, but I didn't realize it had the boat on it. Cool. When you take the pathless path, that path opens you up to many, many paths. Now, of course, some will say you got to focus on one thing, because if you focus your intention on like one path, it's your concentration magnifies, and it's true. But like, if you do affirmations, visualization, scripting, which means writing, if you do, what else? Some people do 3-6-9 method, where they write something down first thing in the morning 3 times. In the afternoon, they write it down 6 times. And I'm just gonna make sure I get out of the way of this, because intuition's like, run. And you, and then you write it down 9 times at night. People use crystals. They use, what else do they use? They use all kinds of stuff to manifest. But really, what is it that, it's not the actual thing that's manifesting or creating or revealing. It's actually you doing it. And that's the reason why yesterday, I believe the final drawing came through. There might be more, but I feel like this is the final one. I know that there's, I know another one that feels like it's on the precipice of like, how to bring forth things into reality, because that's what most people are interested in today, is how do I bring more abundance? How do I bring more love or more health into my life? And I might have to draw a diagram with some circles, but really the answer is it's you. Like, it's plain and simple YOU, because you're the one that's starting it from within. I know they'll be like, you should write down your words, and like any technique, that's the path basically. Any technique can work if you give it enough conviction. Like, I remember when I was journaling for the longest time, I was journaling, but I wasn't putting conviction into the words. Like, I was just writing words for the sake of writing words, because I was doing it for some sort of like, I have to journal. Not that I choose to journal, I have to journal, because journaling, it feels like if I don't do my journaling, I'm gonna slip off, and I'm not staying consistent, and I'm not being disciplined. It's not really all about the act. It's about your intentions about doing the act and following through with the intentions of doing the act. Right? So like for me, when I was journaling, I was writing things like, I am a trillionaire. I will bring forth trillions of dollars before the year 2030. Now, if that happens, amazing. Or I should say, when it happens, amazing. However, you also have to let go of being attached to it. You kind of just like set the intention, stay in that frequency, act as if you already have it in the physical by being in the vibrational match of it. Morning. Be in the vibrational match of it, and then you'll see if it will materialize or not, and it will, while you're in vibrational harmony. The universe likes to see if it's a genuine thing, or if it's the ego's desire. Now, when I say ego, I mean third dimensional thinking desire. The thing is, like, is it raining? It looks like it's raining. I mean, I haven't felt any water yet, but anyways, so the universe is not testing, but it's checking to see if you're in vibrational alignment, vibrational harmony. Yeah, it is raining. Well, all good. As long as it just sprinkles, it's all good. Should have brought my umbrella. Technically, I'm not that far. I can go back and get it, but we're gonna roll. So when you're in vibrational alignment with who you say you are, what you say you desire, it will have no choice but to materialize. For me, I asked recently to find the answers. Like, provide me the answers to everything. And yeah, it's like sprinkling right now. I declare that the rain just it just sprinkles, but I don't get soaked. Today's a little bit colder. It's only going to be 20 degrees. I mean, 20 is still warm, but in comparison to our 30 and 40 degree weather we've been having, this is definitely like colder. You see how everything is kind of known in comparison? We've had pretty damn good weather for the last 2 months. It's only now that the weather's starting to kind of get a little, let's see, today's the 19th. I know what today is. Happy birthday, my amazing sister. The moment you said that, I'm like, yep, it's the 19th. Happy birthday, sister. Wishing you, wishing you just the best damn birthday ever. Of course, you're gonna have more birthdays, but let this one be your best damn birthday ever. Until next year's birthday being the best damn birthday ever, of course. Have the best damn day, girl. Have fun, celebrate. What are you gonna be doing for today? You're gonna have a party, friends over, going out, dinner, food. I know there's definitely gonna be food and there's gonna be cake. But happy birthday to you. Happy amazing birthday, sister. Wishing only prosperity, which is the joy of abundance and love and happiness and just fun. Lots of fun in your life. I think, one of the things that a lot of people, when they wish people happy birthday, they forget one thing: the joy. Lots of fun and joy. Because that's what we're supposed to be here to do. So I'm going to wish you lots of joy. Your grandparents are coming over. Nice. Do they live far from where you live? This is nice. A little drizzle happening. Not bad. Very small town vibe right there. Well, happy birthday. And may this one be just awesome. Like have fun. Lots of joy. You know what's funny? I say that word joy. That word joy has been showing up a lot as of late. And I ask myself, what's joy? What does that mean? Is it how do you describe joy? And when I was listening to Aaron Worley, the One Truth, One Law, I Am, I Create, it's like how do you emanate joy? What is joy? And funny enough, it's one of the words that are part of the synergy of Trinity, joy. Because that's who we're supposed to be, emanating joy. And that word, what's fascinating, in San Diego, right across my penthouse, by Seaport Village, where or actually not quite by Seaport Village, but where that war machine, that war museum is, with that battleship. There's an area that has a spot where you can go and get your ferries and stuff, and there's the word joy there. And I realized I was looking for a picture on my phone for it, but I couldn't find it because I have so many pictures. I have 25,000 photos on my phone, probably closer to 27,000 photos. I'm gonna go this way. We gotta hang on our bar. Yeah, it is emotional when you are feeling that emotion called joy. You say you're happy, exactly. Joy is one of those interesting words that I don't know if I've ever experienced. Well, no, that's not true. I've experienced it. I've never called it joy. And the thing is, when Aaron was getting channeled through the Creator back in 2011, the Creator was saying joy is a word that you can't even describe. There's no English word for it. It's just, that's why we use the word joy. So it's this feeling of just, peace. I guess it's a combination of being happy, being excited, being at peace, feeling safe and secure, feeling all of those things all at the same time. I think that's what joy is. A combination of multiple feelings, excitement, maybe euphoria, maybe definitely excitement. euphoria, happiness, peace, serenity, uh, feeling calm, I think, is another one. Like, you're calm and you're relaxed. I think joy encompasses a bunch of other words. Maybe I have to do a diagram on joy today. We'll see. So we have to go hang on a bar. It's one of our daily things we do in the morning now. So I hang on the bar for about, well, until my finger slips. It's just to stretch out my spine. So it's kind of like playing like a video game. It's like one of those things where you turn on the game and you have your daily quest. So one of my daily quests, while I'm walking outside, of course, until it becomes uber cold or until I'm leaving it to go back home, is to hang on this bar. It's coming up shortly. The internet in this area always gets a little like ugly. It is really good to have you on. It feels like nostalgic. I know you've been on in the last couple days, but it really does feel nice to have you on. And I'm really happy that today is a day for your celebration of your existence onto the planet. I'm there celebrating. Yeah, there's a little bit of lag, and it'll fix itself. Again, if the internet let me rephrase it. If this live stream for whatever reason cuts off, because I don't know how YouTube is doing what they're doing with my channel. They end the live streams like prematurely without me even hitting like ending the live stream. Like, I don't press anything, but it just like turns the live stream off. If for whatever reason the live stream turns off just during our walk, because I don't know what to expect, because yesterday it turned off when I was at the lights, when I was over there, I'll turn it back on and I'll start another stream, because they do that kind of stuff. I'm not putting that energy out there that they're gonna do it, but it's very unexpected. Like, when they turn it off, it's at random moments. Like on Saturday, they turned it off when I was just writing on my tablet. I was just like making one of my drawings, and morning, I was making one of my drawings, and unfortunately, it just stopped. So, all right, this is the bar that I hang on. By the way, last year this was created. This wasn't here 2 years ago, so it's pretty cool that we have something in the area for fitness. Because this wasn't here 2 years ago. If I start touching the ground on this one, that means I definitely have stretched even more. Because like currently right now I can't touch the ground. I'm not aiming to touch the ground, but if I ever touch the ground, that means my body has stretched even more. So I'm just hanging on this bar until my fingers slip. My fingers are starting to slip now. Cool. I can do pull-ups, but that's not what I'm aiming to do. I'm aiming to just keep my spine stretched. Yeah. So happy for her sister. Her birthday today, the 19th. She's a fierce Leo, a fiery Leo, a powerful Leo. I mean, you're everything, of course. But as you were born under this like planetary thing, they would call it the Leo. But we're everything. And I had that conversation with that person that, when you're the creator, you go above astrology, you go above the gene keys and human design. You're everything, because everything is you. And those are not above the creator. It was humans who gave it labels and signs to have a understanding of it. It's quiet. I like it. I like when it's quiet. Soon though, around this time, in about 3 weeks, we will be hearing kids again. Those kids are probably like, some are going to be super excited to go to school and see all their friends again, and others will be like, man, man, they're going to be like, man, I got to go back to school. Yeah. See, if I was in charge of schools, I'd make it fun. You'd still be getting mirroring, and you'd still be, reading and writing, but you wouldn't be doing half the things that are in schools. Like, we'd just be having fun. I think if I was a teacher, like we have to call it that. If I was a teacher, I'd probably choose to be a grade 3 teacher. Be the best damn grade 3 teacher ever. And have so much fun with the kids. Making sure, like, reminding them, like, don't let anybody, ever tell you that you can't do something, and empower them so much to a point where, like, actually, grade 2 is when you're 7. Wait, I have to find the year before that car is gonna come. Yeah. There is a year before, it's the first 7 years of the child's life where the programming is very prevalent. After that, I mean, like, it's still susceptible, of course, like 8, 9, 10, and so on. But the first 7 years are the most important in any child's life. And I really do have to, like, actually, I don't even have to do that, because in the now, when I put myself in the now, all time and space has been healed. Everything has been healed. We're gonna go through Melissa Street. We're gonna go through Melissa Street. There's our brother, he's watering some plants. This street, it can get a little laggy. So let me quickly do this. Hold on. We're resuming. I didn't walk anywhere, I just fixing the stream just to make sure he's all good. I lost my train of thought. It's all good. Yeah, this first 7 years is when the child gets a lot of the programming, conditioning, and then that's why there's a saying, give me the boy for 7 years and I'll show you the man. But I've changed to, give me the child for 7 years and I'll show you the adult. But healing can be instantaneous. If you really tap in, and I can feel it very prevalently with the flower of life. I see myself encased in the flower of life right now. And, like, purging and healing in every present moment, reminding me I'm the creator and we're all one thing and we have all things, and emanating that state of joy, being in the now. That's why that letter O equals oneness. But yesterday it was fascinating, because I was like, there's got to be something more beyond oneness. Like, maybe there's something that goes beyond oneness, because if there's something that still encompasses everything, that means there's a paradox to that. So there has to be something that goes beyond everything. So I called it just the beyond oneness for now until I can find a name, or maybe come up with the name, because that thing is basically breaks paradox, and it truly encompasses the word that we have to say is everything. Everything, all, oneness, unity. But there's got to be a word, or there might be a word that goes beyond even the beyond, if that makes sense. So I draw a bunch of circles. It looks like a very complicated diagram with a bunch of letters and circles, but the circles actually represent the letter O. And I made one diagram that made it more simplified, where it's just one circle and had the letters around the circle, and that circle means O. So it'd be like G circle D, which is G-O-D. Then it'd be Y circle U. It'd be like N circle W, which is now. Then there'd be J circle Y, which is joy. And then there's I circle U, which is infinity, oneness, and then unity. And then that's the acronym. And then we have W circle N. That could be a really good tattoo, by the way. Yeah, I probably will do that. But they'll also refresh the stream too. It might do that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I've walked this thing for months and nothing ever disconnected. So it's definitely something on YouTube's end, not my end, because like I've done this many times, and we'll see what happens. If it ends, just make sure you come back and find it, because I'll start it again. You'll just have to look for my stream again. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't show my content to the world. I mean, it found you, which is great, but it doesn't really show it much to anybody, and that's okay. Right now, I'm in the process of staying focused on downloading all the stuff, or let me rephrase it, uploading all the stuff that's within our core consciousness. You know, I like when people say we download stuff from the universe, we get downloads. No, you're not actually getting downloaded. You're actually getting uploaded, because it actually comes from within you. God doesn't send you the answers. You are the answer. You just have to go look for it within yourself. So like when people say, I get the download, I just got a download. You're not really getting a download, you're getting an upload, because it's actually coming from within your heart and it's bringing it into your conscious awareness. You see, like that's the issue that I see, that a lot of people are just buying into what others say, and they're not actually taking the time to really think and go super deep to see, oh, I'm actually not getting downloaded because God is not separate from me, and it's not downloading into me, it's uploading from within me. I'm the only one currently that's saying that. I used to say, yeah, I just got a download from the creator, but actually no, you're getting upload because you have it already within. It makes it look like you're getting a download from something separate, but it's actually coming from within yourself. Again, when you know who you truly are, you'll know that all of it comes from within, and that you're a part of the totality. Yep, it's starting to rain, and that's okay, let it rain. Let it rain. Just not like super duper like pouring, you know. If it sprinkles, we're good. We may or may not be spending too much time at the water. All depends on that, and like I may have to put you all in my pocket temporarily if it does start to pour like crazy. But I think it's going to be perfectly fine. I think it's going to hold. It's not going to be too heavy in rain. Okay, so we are gonna cross over the street. We're gonna cross over the street. Cool beans. Pretty quiet. I made it. Looks like we're gonna be doing our play out inside today. I don't really like being inside personally, but you know, that's gonna be an interesting transition to go from outdoors back to indoors after spending so much time outdoors. Anyways, you know, that diagram, that circle, that letter O, it's very powerful because it's the only letter. Like, yeah, there are other letters that have a little loop in it, like the R. Like R has a loop in it. P, Q, technically, D, B. But the thing is with D and B, they kind of end. They have like an ending point to it. Like it's like there's a top and a bottom and it ends. So it's not really encased, technically. A B has the same thing, has two little circles that are not continuous. But the letter O is the only letter that just is perfect symmetry. And it's just continuous. It's similar to a clock. Because you know, life is actually cyclical. It's not forwards and backwards. Our third dimensional mind has perceived it as forwards and backwards. Like yesterday was yesterday, today is today, right? And like tomorrow is tomorrow, but technically all of it's happening now, because like anytime you experience anything, it's always happening now. Even if you go back to like, you know, 10 minutes ago when we were walking or holding onto the bar, technically that happened in the now. That didn't happen in the past, that happened in the now. It's just that it seemed like our third dimensional mind has created this thing called the past, and now it happened 10 minutes ago because of time. So back to the whole healing and everything, you know, when you can really sit and tap in and emanate this joy and be in the present moment, you'll realize and you'll feel everything as one. You'll feel as everything is interconnected, and you'll feel this state of joy. Is Lily outside? I don't think she is. I don't think Ricky and Lily are outside. Otherwise I would have seen her she might be here, we'll see. I always peep around the corner. Nope, she's not here. He's home, but he's not outside right now. Normally they come outside, but they're not outside right now. And when you take the moment to like tap into the now, because like our mind is conditioned to like, I don't have this thing, I want this thing. And I say want because want stems from a place of lack. I don't have this thing, I don't have this thing, I don't have this thing, I want this thing, I need this thing, I want this thing, I need. Right? I want and I need stem from that lack. I choose to have, I already have. All right? If you have right now, like I have trillions of dollars, not millions, not billions, but trillions with a B, or with a T, sorry. And emanate from that state that I have trillions, that I live in San Diego, that I have let go of the personas. I know some have been saying the superhero love is a persona. It is a persona, but your name is also a persona too. If you didn't know that, because you are identified as a human, and the human is a persona. So like if you even let go of your name and you call yourself formless substance, because that's what you are, formless substance of unconditional love, right? Everybody who is human is actually formless substance of unconditional love. You're actually like water. You take the mold and the shape of whatever you choose to. Now, of course, you've taken the shape of the human in this incarnation, and you chose your body exactly as you chose it. But you're a formless substance of unconditional love that radiates unconditional love, and from a state of joy, state of the now. Ooh, pink heart. There's the pink heart in the window. Some days the pink heart's lit up, other days it's not. Today it was lit up. But yeah, when you emanate from that state of joy, and you know who you are to the core, and and not get distracted with the third dimension, because the third dimension is a really interesting place of illusions. It's a mirror house. It's like going into one of those mirror houses and seeing all those like distorted illusions. Like, you see how some like mirrors are kind of like blurry, some are kind of like bendy, some are like, let me see what you said. Yeah, please go for it. Ask the question. I'll wait for your question. I'm just gonna keep sharing. You go into a mirror house and you see all kinds of like all kinds of distortions. That's what Earth is. It's distortions. It's literally taking the light of 99 of the 100% of light. Our third dimensional thinking mind is what causes the refraction, and then we perceive the world based on our perception. And our perception, depending on how you see it and view it, you can either have something magical or something like that, something that's like really awful. But it all comes down to how you truly perceive reality, and allowing yourself to give yourself the gift, because this is your birthright. This is how powerful we are. We can shift in an instant. Some will say, but it's going to take years for me to heal. Like I was talking about the physical wound. Should I leave a person behind who hurt me? It depends on that person. Who's the person? The thing is, like, you forgive them because think of it like this. This is who said it? Was this Confucius or was this someone else? If you're hurting right now, I don't know if you are or you aren't, but if you're hurting, basically that person, they're winning. I'm not saying that they're not supposed to win, but I'm not saying you're not supposed to win. You're supposed to win. But the thing is, like, every time you probably are thinking of that person, it's like you're holding hot cold. They're close. You can limit your interaction with them. You don't have to personally let go of them, but you can definitely limit your interaction with them. So like, if I was in your shoes, I would just forgive them, because remember, everyone is technically one. We're all kind of one thing. And you forgive them, and then you release it, because if you don't forgive, right, like they've hurt you, and like you're still hurt by them, it's like you're holding hot coal and you refuse to throw it, and you're holding it in your hand, and the only person that's getting burnt is you. They're not even getting burnt because you're holding on to it. Okay, that's good. But since you said you've forgiven them many times, now it comes down to, will you allow them to do what they do to you again? And remember, whatever they're doing to you is actually they're doing it for you so that you can evolve and grow your soul. So whatever, if they're saying something negative about you, or they're hurting you physically, they're actually giving you a mirroring for your soul to evolve until you no longer require it. Once you Once you realize that you no longer require it, they will stop, and they either won't be a part of your reality, or they will appear to be different. Now, of course, like, that might not happen instantaneously, but it could. If you really see the person differently, and whenever they're like doing something that doesn't feel in alignment, like, again, our emotions get in the way of this, and we feel like we're attacked. Ooh, a feather, nice. And we feel like we're getting attacked, and that attack feels like we got to like defend ourselves, right? Because that's what it feels like. Because, you know, words hold power, actions hold power. Especially if someone's coming like and beating you up or something, like, that's a different story. Like, that's a physical thing. But if it's like words, you know, our mind, our primal mind likes to, you know, feel like it's being hurt. And if you can transcend their words, like, you look at them, they're saying whatever. Let's hypothetically say they're saying something negative about you. Like, recently, someone was saying, "Did you take COVID? It sounds like you're psychotic. You came here to be human. You can't bypass." Her perception of me is based on her limitations of where she's at. I forgave her. I accepted her words, but I didn't entertain it. But now I choose to not entertain anything she says again, unless I choose to, because I've forgiven her. And I moved forward, and, you know, she was like listening, she's like seeing some of my words, and she's thinking from her perception that it's inauthentic that I'm saying I'm very robotic. Do I sound like a fucking robot? I don't think so. She might think it's specifically to her, but that's based on her perceptions of where she probably interacted with other people, and based on her frequency, because everything's based on frequency. You know, she's perceiving it in her own way. It's not incorrectly, she's just perceiving it not in alignment with where I am. And so I forgave her, but I move forward. But the next time, if there's the next time I hear anything from her, I simply will choose to not entertain it, because I will not get caught up in the third dimensional thinking of the human. Right? So, like, again, back to that person for you. Now, if you've forgiven them many times, that implies that they might continuously do it. And the thing is, like, what you accept is what you're gonna experience. So if you accept what they're doing, that means there's a little bit of boundaries being crossed. So you have to have boundaries. Now, boundaries also can be your protection, but it can also be your limitation. So it also depends on your boundaries. For me personally, I will not let anybody disrespect me. So, like, yesterday, when one of our brothers came on and he kept saying, you should ask that girl out. The girl, first of all, is married, and she's in her 60s. I'm not interested in people who are married, or are like, age is but a number, of course, but, like, I'm not interested. But he kept egging shit on, and I'm like, dude, you're starting to annoy me. And I got into my third dimensional human avatar, and I told him straight up, dude, if you're coming on this channel and you're gonna piss me off, just leave, just get off the channel. Then later on, he came back, he said, are we cool? I'm like, I'm cool, I've been cool, it's just stop acting like a fool. Stop acting like the fucking little human and start evolving your consciousness, because you came here to evolve. There's a reason why your soul keeps coming back here, for a reason. It didn't come here for bullshit. Sure, there are times where we just joke around and have fun, but usually in the morning times, I'm here to serve. In the afternoon times, it's more chill, more just calm, more relaxed. I'm just gaming, I'm having fun. But in the morning times, it's serious go mode. It's like God mode. But, you know, I know, just chill and allow it to just be and relax and have joy. But, you know, there's just things that are unnecessary. But anyways, so you're attempting to run away, but they're coming closer. So when you say run away, do you mean physically run away from them, or like energetically run away from them? Like you're attempting to keep distance from them. And when you say closer, are they physically coming closer to you, or are they energetically coming closer to you? This area, the internet lags, so I'll be by the water shortly. I'm grateful that you're bringing this up so I can help you with this. Keeping distance. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So when you're keeping distance, by the way, keep doing what you're doing. Know that you have the power to handle this, just so you know. So I'm just going to give you my insight from my experience. When I had, so I'm going to put myself in your shoes for a moment. So this person keeps coming to me. The first thing I would do, if you don't even desire to interact with them, you don't even say anything. You don't even respond. You ignore. Silence is a really good answer, just so you know. Saying nothing is a powerful thing. Maybe one of the things that you're here to become aware of is to know the power of silence and not react. Like I react sometimes too. I still react at times. And sometimes I should just look at messages on a screen and just like, I'm not even going to respond to that or react to that. So it could be just the power of silence, because silence is an answer. Because like if you don't say anything to them, they'll take it as a sign like he's ignoring me, and they're gonna continue to egg you on, and there's gonna come a point where like they're gonna give up. Because unless they have infinite energy, which in the human avatar, you don't have infinite energy in the physical, they will eventually give up. And like silence is a really good, powerful, like equalizer, I should say. I've used silence many times in my life and has done me wonders. Like I've had someone who did that to me as well, or did that for me, I should say. Past. They didn't last long, I'll tell you that much. I basically, they were responding to me. I just didn't even bother to even respond back to them. To a point where like, I'm not even gonna entertain it. Same with that person recently who told me I'm robotic and it's not authentic how I talk, because she's basing it on text, and she's like, you keep repeating yourself. It sounds like some German like drug that you're on, some psychosis bullshit. Yeah. One sec, I'm gonna restart the stream. Hold on. Okay. I restarted the stream just to make sure that YouTube knows that I'm actually speaking, because I know it gets laggy here. We're almost by the water. I'm not entertaining her again. I've already put a energetic like sever. I severed my ties with her already. So there'll come a point where like I'm not even gonna listen to anything she has to say. I respect what she had to say, but at the same time, like, it was unwarranted, in my opinion. But some of it was necessary. I heard it and I took it. I took what it felt aligned and I took what didn't feel aligned. And a lot of what she was sharing was fear mongering, third dimensional, scare. She's like, you must have taken the COVID vaccine. You must have taken the COVID vaccine because you repeat yourself a lot, like some sort of German thing, like some like psychotic. Really? If that be the case, then why the fuck have I figured out the answers to life and you haven't yet? Why am I living my dream life now and you are still afraid? If anything, I was like, you're the one that probably took COVID, and secondly, you're probably the one that's like just gaslighting me with your bullshit, because that's what people like to do. They like to gaslight other people. I'm not here to gaslight anybody. I'm here to tell you who you are, and you are the fucking creator. Take it or leave it. You don't like that? then don't be the creator. Be the third dimensional human, and continue with your limitations, right? Anyways, I basically put a block on her, you can say. She comes on the live stream at times, and if she comes on the live stream, cool. I really don't care what she has to say, because like I'm done with her. I've said what I have to say. I'm like, thank you for your words. I don't align with a lot of what you said, but I'll take in what you said. And yeah, that was it. Let me restart the stream one more time. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to leave the stream as is because, you know, we've already restarted it twice. So my guidance, not advice, this is just guidance. My guidance to you, or my suggestion, let me give you a suggestion, not a guidance. My suggestion is to just stay silent. Don't even entertain it, because the more you entertain them, the more power you're giving and the more energy you're feeding to it, and the more you feed energy to it, it's going to keep growing. So like I would personally just not even entertain them anymore, because you know people are going to do that kind of stuff. There's always going to be someone who's going to come in and attempt to like derail you. Like recently, when I went through my dark night of the soul, which I didn't have to, but you know, the universe is like, let's show everybody what a dark night of the soul looks like on the live stream. For those of you who don't know what a dark night of the soul is, it's something very heavy. Come on, Bubba, get out of here. Like, stop, leave, vamoose, go fly somewhere else. I gotta do my back bend quickly. Just gonna quickly do my elephant spine thing quickly. And then I'm gonna do my back bend. I personally, again, for you, I would not entertain them anymore. I would just ignore. Silence is a really good, powerful equalizer. Silence. If I said science, I meant silence. So silence. All right, I'm going backwards now. 3, 2, 1. Oh, cool. All right. I guess I'll restart it one more time. Yeah. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, silence for you is going to be definitely important. It's going to definitely be important for you. I love spending time by this water. It's very It's very healing, even though I'm already healed. It's very powerful. Yep. I ascended master. I ascended master. Declare that everything is in the now for me. What I desire, and I live from that aligned state, not from the ego, but from the aligned state. So yeah, I don't know if you're still here, Sunil. If you are, cool. If not, no big deal. But yeah, silence is going to be your answer, bro. At this point, since it seems like they keep repeating and they keep coming back, you're gonna have to be silent. Yeah, you're gonna have to be silent. So whenever they talk to you or they attempt to physically interact with you, just don't even say a word. Just ignore. I know that might feel disrespectful and like you probably were taught to like respond, but you don't have to respond. You can choose to talk to them and you can choose to not talk to them. So I would not talk to them personally. I would just stay silent and not say a word. Let them talk. People will always like to throw their opinions and like to talk about you and say all kinds of stuff. You don't have to entertain it. So that's my suggestion, is to do your best to, with that person, to stay silent. Silence is a powerful answer. Or you say this and you mean it. You tell them one more time, I will not be disrespected or entertain you by you hurting me in any way. And if you do, you're done. You're out of my life. And I've done that. Why do you think I have a very, very, very small circle? Because many people are still playing human and they attempted to belittle me. They attempted to abuse me. They attempted to influence me in a negative way. They attempted to punish me and hurt me in all kinds of ways. But guess what, dude? I silenced them. Because I'm the creator. I'm not above them because they're equal. But I silence them because I have that power. I silence them by energetically giving them a kick in their face and removing them from my existence. I didn't physically hurt them. I didn't even say anything to them. I literally just said, just piss off, basically. In the most human way, I said to basically piss off. I'm the superhero of love, and I love everybody, but I will also not tolerate and take abuse from anybody, no matter who it is. Even from if it was my own damn mom. I will not take abuse from anybody ever again. I love every person on the planet because everybody is one with me. I know that. There is no hate. But I will also not tolerate when someone is disrespecting me. I'm not here to disrespect anybody. I'm just here to give perspective. And, you know, for those who have left the channel, and this is the final time I'm going to bring them up, for those who have left the channel, I appreciate your energy, but I've moved on now. So I'm done with all of them. If they hate my guts, that's on them. I didn't say anything that they didn't have to hear. They had to hear exactly what I had to say. They are the creator. Start fucking acting like the creator. You're not just human, you're also the creator. Own it. Own it or be owned. Plain and simple, period, the end. So, for the others, for people in my past, so-called past, even though past doesn't exist, for people who were a part of my experience before I did live streaming, I also put a block on a lot of them because they were not in my alignment anymore. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just that they are doing things and saying things that just like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, I know you're following your own path and that's your own journey, and congratulations, but like, you know, some of them are putting out fear into the world. And I'm like, nope, I'm not, I don't subscribe to that garbage. I'm sorry, but I will not subscribe to that kind of crap, you know? Because like, the thing is, humans like to do that. They like to put out their ideologies, and we all do it. I do it too. But the thing is, I'm making it in a way where it's empowering you to go and live your greatest life because you have the answer. You are the answer because the answer is you. Like, there is nothing else. Like, I know a lot of people on the planet are seeking answers outside of them, and the answers, and there's so many people who even know that the answers come within, but they still seek answers outside of them. I know because I still do it at times, but I have to remind myself that I have all the answers, you have all the answers, we all have all the answers, and the answer is you, and you have the power to stop anything or create anything or bring forth anything into your reality, because that's just how powerful you are. And for that person who is bothering you, I'll call it bothering you, they will eventually stop bothering you because you will simply not entertain their garbage anymore. Plain and simple. You will literally let go of their energy, and you will simply keep moving forward, and they will attempt to, you know, come back and derail you. But if you don't respond, if you don't react, and you also don't respond, let's just say that you've won, because silence is a powerful medicine. And now, of course, you know, when your amygdala feels like you're getting attacked, but your amygdala and your basal ganglia, which is in your brain, that's what activates our fight, flight, fawn, or freeze mode. I know, because I'm still guilty of it. But if you can gain a core consciousness over your brain by mastering your mind and mastering the brain and breathing and being present and not reacting. And I look, I still react at times. It still happens to me. I'm still, you know, I'm still working and playing through being responding. But you know, the thing is, I don't tell myself that, oh, I can't do it, or I'm like, I'm failing, or like, man, this is gonna take forever. No, I say that, like, I know how to do this, and every time I slip up, I don't beat myself up, I give myself grace, and I'm like, okay, I slipped up on this one, onwards to the next experience, and then just keep improving on that until there comes a point where, like, if someone says something, let's say on the live stream, that maybe I don't like, or they're attempting to derail me, or they're attempting to distract me, because there's a lot of distractions on the live stream, or there was a lot of distractions. Now, not so much, which is great. I'm grateful that it's actually just a few people on the stream now, because it's been allowing me to focus really wholeheartedly on bringing forth what I desire. And those who are still here, like I know you just came recently, but like those who stay here, you're going to be a part of something magical. You already are a part of something magical. You're seeing everything unfold in real time. And wherever I go, I take you all with me. And I don't just mean that in a energetic sense, I mean that in a physical sense. I'm going to help support your dreams and goals as I bring my trillions out to the world, so that you can go live your dreams and goals too, because that's one of my dreams, is to help others, you know, bring forth their dreams. If they require some resources, I can just, here you go, enjoy. use it wisely, and enjoy it, because I can do that. I have that kind of power. We all have that kind of power. We can have anything we desire. It just comes down to the limitations of our mind and what we choose to experience and accept. And so, like, I'm encased right now into something called the flower of life. I put myself into a pink bubble that's surrounded by the flower of life. It looks like an orb. And in that orb, I live in my own universe where I have everything. I am everything. I'm fully healed. I'm already perfect. And I still keep evolving. That's the beautiful thing. I'm perfect and I keep evolving at the same time. Because perfect sounds like you can't evolve. But you can still evolve when you're perfect. Your soul's perfect, your body's perfect, your mind's perfect, everything's perfect, but you're still evolving. And in that paradigm, you have everything, you feel like you don't require anything, and that's when everything just comes to you. And the thing is, like, you know, right now, for me personally, a relationship, whether it happens or it doesn't make a difference to me. I'm literally just allowing it to unfold. If a relationship is meant to happen, it will happen. If it's not, it's not. Like, you know, the person I was speaking to recently could have been a romantic connection. Could have. Unfortunately, it didn't end up being a romantic connection because of, like, where she's at in her journey. She's got a lot of growing to do. She thinks that I haven't grown. In fact, I've grown beyond what you can even comprehend. I'm on my own like layer and level that most humans, and it's not that I'm above anybody. I want to make sure everybody knows this. I'm not above you in any sort of way, but I have gone further than most humans have, that they haven't done. Have I gone further than all humans? No, there are a lot more humans who have gone further than I have. But I've gone, like, out of every person I've run into so far in my reality, I've surpassed most. There's one human, she knows who she is, she's much further along the journey. And that's Regina. She's much further along. She knows exactly what life's about, and I'm just now remembering. She has access to all her memories. That's the difference between all of us, is who has their memories and who doesn't. Anyways, I know I went on a tangent. Back to you, sir. Or, sorry, back to you, brother. Just know that you have the power, and that person has no power over you, and that you can silence them by not even responding to them, and you of their BS, literally. Don't entertain them. That's basically it. Just don't entertain them. See them as a stranger that you wouldn't even, like, take advice or take disrespect from. I know they're close because you built up emotions with them because of experience, but you can turn those off. Now, how do you do that? Well, when you're the creator, you can do anything. Because there's no limits. The limits are only imposed by the mind. You can do anything. You can do anything, and you are everything because you've been everything the entire time. Yeah. We're going to be heading out from the water shortly. I'm just taking a moment to just say thank you to this water for always being so loving and caring. You know, every time I come to the water doesn't judge me, even when I'm saying stuff. Like, I've been here in my lowest, I've been here in my highest, I've been here in the in-between, I've been here, and it always just accepts me and it loves me. This is why water is the perfect substance. You know why? Because it takes the form of anything. It could take reflections of me in the water, and it could be still, It could be distorted. It could be calm. It could be rushing. Like right now, the water is more calm. Like yesterday or the day before is more rushy. But the thing is, like, water and us are one and the same, because water, we're made of 70% of water. So technically, by default, we are formless, unconditionally loving substance like water. That's why Bruce Lee, I think, said, be like water and flow. Don't judge, accept all as is, allow it to just unfold. Even when someone's pissing you off or they're hurting you, you don't allow them to hurt you, of course. You don't just sit there and let somebody abuse you, but you just like look at it and just like, nope. You just see them like, if you have to visualize it, see yourself like a giant, and then they're running to your foot, and like they're looking up at you, and they're afraid, and they're like, and you're just staring down at them, because they know that like you can squash them. Not that you're doing that, and you're not doing that physically, obviously, but energetically, you could literally squash them, even though they're infinite souls. They're infinitely powerful, just like you. You know, that's just a way of a representation, or another way of doing it in a nicer way, in a kinder way, is just like, you see them, they're talking to you, they're insulting you, they may be disrespecting you, and you're seeing as they're talking that they're just saying it to themselves. So like they're speaking to a mirror, and they're speaking to themselves, not even to you. So it's just being reflected back at them, for them to realize that they're actually staring in a mirror. So that's what I have for you. And to that person who I still love and respect a lot, look in the mirror, girl. Because you keep bringing up German things. If anybody's repeating, it's clearly you, because I've heard you already say that. But I already know that you and I, our compatibility, it ends. It ended. You were just put in my path for a moment. A season. Not even a season. A moment. And now that moment has passed. All right, y'all, let's get rolling. We got to get rolling. Thank you, water. I love you so much. Let's have an amazing day. Today's amazing. We get to be alive. We get to serve. We get to be in joy. And yeah. I'll see you tomorrow, water. Later, water. Bye. Ugh. All right. And so, that was a nice little time at the water there. I hope that helped you, Sunil. I know it would have. I think I just got like bitten on my neck. Dang bubbas. Barrier. We may have to do the play out earlier. I think what we'll do is we'll do the play out as soon as we get back, get that done and out of the way. That way, you know, if it rains, we can just be sitting and chilling. Um, it's a good day. I like it. Now, if weather can stay warm, like 20 degrees all year round, cool. But, you know, it's not ideal. That's why San Diego is home. I'm meant to be there. I have my people there. Victoria, Matt, Agape when she comes back there. Chuck to some degrees. No, I respect him. I love the dude. Our last time I was with him, it wasn't the greatest experience because he's like, "Are you live streaming? Like, you should really." That was the first thing he said. You really should, you know, let people know that you're doing this before you're doing it. I'm like, yeah, I do what I choose to. If you don't like it, then I'll just leave. So. I get this whole privacy thing, but it's weird. Actually, I want to address that right now with Mr. so I can get it out of my system. Chuck, I love you, bro. I respect you so much. I respect all that you've done for me. I respect everything. I didn't appreciate the last time we chatted though. I came just to say happy birthday to you. I had just come to San Diego on March 31st. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go say hi to Chuck because last time I got to see him, it was great. But yeah, I will not. I don't really have a requirement to go back to his store personally. I love him, I respect him, but thank you for your time, and I move forward. That's nice. Now we're just chilling, and we're going to, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get the play out in early because apparently it's supposed to rain at like 3 or something, but because it started to drizzle earlier, I don't really desire to do it indoors. Like, I want to do it all outdoors. So I want to get it done. All right, universe. I make a mental declaration that by my will, since I can have everything, and I truly know, and not believe, but I know I can have the resources to travel. I declare that I travel for 6 months and stay in San Diego or in California and take my time there and purge even more and heal whatever I have to heal. So let's make that happen. I'm gonna make that happen. I'm making it happen. I've made it happen. Does that say glitch? I don't know if that word says glitch. I don't think it does. If it does though, I'm a glitch in the system. The world has said to a lot of people that they can't be this, they can't do this, they can't have that because X, Y, and Z. I'm here to be that glitch and tell you that you can have everything because you are everything and you always have been everything. Imagine as a 7-year-old being told that you are everything and you can have everything and you live from that belief. You live, by the way, practice love, y'all. And you live from that belief. As I talk to my 7-year-old, you know, yes, it was a couple days ago when you were here and you were kicking, right? I currently right now can't kick as high as you.
Before that, you have to do something.
Let me see.
You have to do the leg like this.
Right.
See?
Yeah.
You have to,
Yeah, you're splitting. Yeah.
then you can kick a little bit.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
It's a little bit hard when you start do slowly,
Yeah.
you can do.
That makes sense. How long have you been doing that? Years?
Now, before I used to sit.
Ah,
Now I'm old. I don't like to do like that because
right.
I am 63 old. Now I am do for.
But you can still kick higher than most
I
people.
used to kick more higher.
Ah,
That time as a teenager, I'm crazy.
Right.
Now I don't like to do, but
you're still flexible.
I want to do some
Yeah,
muscles and my body flexible.
right. Yeah, cause like when I saw you that day, I was like, that's when I started to get back. Cause I haven't.
I learned, see,
Yeah. Yeah.
because you have to do that one.
Yeah. That's why I've been
And
practicing.
when you kick,
Yeah.
see, so you have to proper kick like this. See?
Yeah.
Same thing front kick. See?
Yeah.
Slowly and do
Yeah.
right way.
Yeah.
Slowly, one
Yeah.
slowly do right way. Then you're going to be okay.
Good. Yeah, cause I saw you inspired me that day. So thank you for that.
I am doing for my health.
Yeah.
Not for,
I know. That's why I'm doing it for myself. It's for health. It's not for anything else but health.
Not for the crazy thing.
No, it's just for health. I want to be able to, just in case something happens, I'm flexible.
Am 63, I travel. Sometimes I travel by air.
Yeah.
18 hours, 24 hours. I have no complaint, anything.
Yeah, cause you're
Somebody sit beside you. I say, oh,
Yeah.
back pain.
right. That's why I'm doing what I'm
Then
doing.
They come to my leg.
Yeah,
So I
my.
never complain. The reason
Mm,
my body is flexible.
exactly. You're basically showing me proof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Age is but a number.
It's when you get old, I can do like at 30, 23 years. No,
Yeah.
don't compare with them.
Right.
I do my own speed,
Yeah.
running and walk, running.
Yeah.
And I used to run continuously. Now I can do it.
Right.
The age also thing too.
Right.
It's getting old. Everything old,
Right. But at least you're focusing on you and health. So that's good.
I need a good day.
That's good.
I don't need to suffer on the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my focus.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Everything cutting now. When you get old,
Yeah.
before I used to eat 3 times.
Yeah.
Now, even very hard to eat breakfast too.
Yeah.
So I had to walk and do something. Then I feel little bit hungry. Then eat
Yeah.
breakfast. After that, 6 o'clock. That's it.
Yeah, I find I don't have to eat often either.
Honestly, everything slowly cut off.
Yeah, it's true.
Before I am crazy to eat. I eat breakfast and when you do something 10 o'clock I eat something.
Yeah.
Now I can't do like
Yeah, exactly.
so everything gone.
Mm. That makes sense.
That's the nature.
Yeah.
It's not the sense nature.
It's just nature. Yeah.
Getting old. Some people even get old, they're not matured.
Yeah. That's why when I see you, I'm inspired by how you're doing things.
Sometimes today I force myself.
Mm.
I feel lazy, I force myself.
That's good.
I plan to
You're
just walk.
disciplined. You're
Yeah.
disciplined.
I
Yeah.
force myself and
And you feel better now because you did
now
it.
I feel better.
Yeah, now you feel better. It's when you are in that state when you're about to not do it and then you force yourself and then you realize, now I know why I did it because
All
it's
here.
all here. Yeah.
You drink, eat, everything here. If you control your mind, that is the main thing, then everything is going to be smooth.
It's true. You're right. If you can control your mind, everything will be smooth.
Good.
Yeah. I like that.
I have to control.
You have to control it.
Sometimes do that, then you have
Yeah.
to think a little bit. No, I'm
Yeah.
not doing. This one, you have to do it.
Yeah, that's why I get up and I come outside and I walk before I do my exercise.
So I used to give advice to people do something useless. Now I stop it because
Yeah, because they're not going to listen.
for what I base my energy.
Exactly. I take your advice and I accept it. So thank you.
I tell them, when you see the people, I told them, do it continue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if sometimes you're so tired, do 10 or 15 minutes. If you had to force, then do.
Yeah. You gotta
Yeah.
force yourself. Yeah.
After 3 months, you can feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've already walked over 1 million steps over the summer. I forced myself and it became a natural
Try
thing.
to do the backward.
Yeah, I do backwards as well. I run that hill that's over there, I run up backwards. Yeah. Backwards is perfect.
You can't. Then you never be lazy. If you want to do some job, you do right away because you're already.
Yeah, exactly.
You never feel lazy.
Exactly. There's a law of the universe called never add time. So, and it loves when you take action right away.
What do you think you become?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a frequency.
Yeah.
Always
It's
connect with you.
Exactly.
The-
You know. You know.
So you have to think good all the time. Think good.
Think good, yeah.
Then everything.
Will be smooth. Yeah.
Think good. Think always.
Yeah. I will.
Negative thought, put in the garbage. No.
Yeah.
Always positive thought.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. All right, brother, I'm going to get going. I appreciate it.
Help the people whatever you can.
I will, and I am. Thank you.
That is main thing. Not for the bad health, for the good people. If the people feel hungry, one more food. That's also amazing.
Exactly.
Even animal too.
Yeah.
That's also life like us.
Yeah.
They think the animal, no. This bird, I am human. Next bird, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe animal, maybe bird.
Maybe. You never know.
So all life same.
It's all the same.
Same.
It's all one.
All one.
It's all one. That's why I make sure I don't step on bugs. I do my best to walk and be paying attention
All
to
same.
things. All the same.
All life same.
Mm.
Some people think they have a feeling too, huh?
Yeah. They have the feeling, but they don't. They're either afraid to express it.
Express.
Yeah.
We have that thing.
Yeah. They're afraid because they'll feel like they're weird and that they're not going to be accepted. That's why they don't say it. But they know. So that's why when I'm talking and I share, I basically,
I
yeah,
have a dog. I know what they are feeling.
yeah, you can feel
Day
it.
after barking, I know what what he asked from me.
Mm.
Different bar.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
that's the amazing animal.
Yeah.
If 4 5 hours he didn't see me, then that expression so
Amazing.
amazing.
Amazing. Brother, thank you. It was
Thank
great
you.
talking to you again. All right, have a great day. Yeah, he knows. I had to acknowledge him because, like, you know, it was a couple days ago when I saw him by where we were just standing. I saw him kicking, and he was able to kick, and I'm like, he inspired me. That's the reason why I've been starting to kick and do side kicks. So I'm like, you know, he just said everything. He said, you know, he may travel for hours and hours and hours on a plane, but he doesn't feel this like, man, my knees are hurting or my back is hurting. He's perfectly fine. And he's not doing it for anyone else. He's not doing it for something else. He's doing it to stay healthy and strong. Now, he did mention, you know, he's getting old and it's the nature of things, but like, I do know that like you can still do stuff. You know, age is but a number. That's why, like, he basically gave me another key because he mentioned frequency. I've talked to him a couple times, but he has not mentioned the word frequency until now. So he knows, he's tapped in. The dude's tapped in. Anytime someone mentions the word frequency, I'm like, all right, you're on the same page. We can be on the same page. But he's like, he mentioned everything's one thing too. He's basically me in a different version. Like, that's like my future self speaking to my present self, even though future doesn't exist because all of that's happening now, but he's like my future self. Because when I get to his age, he said he's 63. So now we know he's 63, which is 9, by the way. Yeah. Wow. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate our conversation. I really appreciate it. That, you know, he's like, whenever you think negative, take that stuff and throw it in the garbage. Yeah. It's not about not feeling your feelings. It's not bypassing. Because, like, there's a nuance to all these things. Like, some will say, you gotta be positive all the time. Positive. No, there are times where shit is gonna hit the fan. I was positive there was a part of my journey where there was toxic positivity. And I'm like, toxic positivity? What the hell? That sounds like a contradiction all into itself. Angel had to mirror that back to me. She's like, you know, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be frustrated. You don't have to hide it. So I started feeling my feelings. And, you know, but like, he's right. There's a point where, like, yeah, when shit's hitting the fan, you just have to let it out. But at the same time, you don't linger in it for too long. That's why we had the Dark Night of the Soul on the live stream. Literally, we had a Dark Night of the Soul on the live stream. And I'm grateful that I've now overcame it. And I'm shooting up, I'm spiraling upwards now. And I'm determined even more now because, like, yesterday, I got even more in depth with, like, the now. And it's really controlling. He basically said something. You can control your mind, everything will be smooth. I had a little drop on my face. That was like the universe saying, good job, my son. Good job. Good job, soul of Orion. The soul who was Orion King Ramses. Maybe Thoth. I don't think I was Thoth. I don't feel like I was Thoth. No, I was definitely not Thoth. Yeah, the heart. The 0 point. That's why it had me draw those diagrams. Is there any other diagram you desire me to draw for myself and for the world? So joy, the diagram of joy. It's gonna be a bunch of circle drawings, it seems, in the next little while. It's gonna be a bunch of circle drawings. So I think we put joy in the middle. That has happiness, peace, relaxation, calm. Hey, morning. Peace, calm, joy. Oh, well, joy is in the middle. So joy, we have happiness, we have peace, we have relaxation. What else do we have? We have calm, clarity. What else do we have? What else do we have? Morning. So we got peace, we got joy. Well, hold on. When joy's in the middle, we got happiness, we got calm, we got relaxation, we got what else do we got? Serenity, we got harmony, we got balance. Ooh, I'm gonna definitely go in and make a joy diagram because it's all I gotta make, like, the synergy of Trinity is kind of the most basic of the basic, but it's still super damn powerful. Fuck. I'm just now really feeling the energy. I'm like summoning energy from within myself. It feels good. I haven't felt this feeling in a long time. Joy. That word is so powerful. Like if you really take a moment to feel that word, my God. This reminds me of like the mornings in San Diego when it's cloudy because of the marine layer, and then in the daytime it gets like sunny and like the clouds disappear. That's what usually happens in San Diego. It's cloudy in the morning. It's like overcast, and then during the day it starts to get very sunny. This is the feeling, huh? The quantum. We gotta draw that joy. I'm gonna draw that joy diagram. It's gonna be fun. Hey. It's gonna be a great diagram. Wow. Oh, I look forward to it. Okay, so if we draw, when we draw the joy diagram, what about the now? So, ooh, the now has the present, which is a gift, which is also, it's all the interconnectedness. Damn, this is so cool. Emanate a state of joy. Couldn't they have left their couldn't they have picked the water bottles up? Hey, the rear birds. There's some Pokemons that are there. We got some rare Pokemon. We got the white Pokemon, like Lugia. And we got another rare Pokemon. Look, there goes a rare Pokemon. And there's another rare Pokemon. That's not a bird, there's two of them that are on that rock. There's one there and one on that other rock. And the white bird is over there. There's the ducks. See, this is Bob Ross painting. It's gonna start, some of the colors are starting to change. It's starting. It's not quite starting yet, but I mean, it's not quite there yet, but it's going to start. Okay, so our next daily is to go hang on the other bar now. Wow. I feel this cool energy that's running through my body with the word joy. So when I do that joy diagram, wow, it's gonna be a whole bunch of diagrams that are just all intertwined. Finding the links and linking them all together. I'm back to my interconnectedness journey again. I mean, I didn't leave it, but it's different this time than all the stuff that I did in 2023. Wow. So joy has serenity, relaxation, calm, happiness. What else does joy have? Because the word joy itself can't be described with English. It doesn't have an English equivalent, like how to express what joy actually really is. So the words that we must use are happiness. Excitement is the other one. That's the other one I forgot. Excitement. Euphoric. Elated, maybe? Energized. I'm gonna hang on this bar for a moment. Phone battery at 24%, so we definitely gotta get rolling. Because, you know, phone battery won't last. But I won't skip this. I'll just hang for a moment. Wow, that's an interesting stretch. Cool. Not bad. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Ooh. Okay. That was a nice hang. Okay. Ooh. We're gonna run side to side. Backwards. Cool. Joy is excitement, energized, happiness, relaxation, calm, peace, harmony. That's what that word means, joy. Then I have to make a diagram of you, Y-O-U, then make one of God, G-O-D, and then one of you, now, joy, God. Yeah, the simplest forms. Wow. Phone battery at 21%. It's weird how some days the battery lasts longer than the others, and the temperature is like cooler today than it was yesterday. But the battery still is going down. Yep. I gotta make it. I'm gonna reduce the screen brightness now. Man, joy. Joy, joy, joy. That's why I'm gonna say joy to the world. They say the Lord has come. Da, da, da. Now I'm seeing why people said joy. Hi, caterpillar Bubba. You're gonna turn into a butterfly Bubba. Nice. Make sure you get off the road or off the path. Make sure I'm not hurting any other Bubbas while I'm walking, because there's little ants here. I'm making sure that they are out of the way. It's hard to see them because they merge with the ground. Okay. We're gonna run backwards in a moment up that hill. Phone battery at 17%. What? I don't know if I'll make it back, y'all. I don't know if I'll make it back. I will make it back, actually. Halt the phone battery. Good morning. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it back Now the question is, universe, are we doing the play out right away? Are we going to wait? I feel like we're going to be doing the play out almost immediately. Which, if that be the case, that's fine by me. Now, of course, I can run if I have to, but I'm not going to run. I mean, if I have to get closer to the house and I have to run, then I will, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. That's a perk in Dead by Daylight. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. It's a funny perk. It's a cool perk though. Okay. Some of the colors are starting to happen on the trees. 3, 2, 1, go. I knew our brother, he was gonna share with me some stuff, and I knew he was gonna mention walking backwards or like run backwards. And I'm like, yeah, I actually do that every day. I do that going up this hill. Very good. That's really good cardio right there. I love it. That was joyful. Yeah. This morning when I started talking about joy at the beginning of the stream, I should actually name the live stream Joy, but it's all good. Path works for now. I started feeling this cool energy. Like everything's always gonna be okay, no matter what. And yeah, it's those diagrams have really come in clutch. Like, I can see me presenting my drawings on stage, and like they're all intertwined with each other, interconnected, interwoven. Which is a, part of your child. It's funny, I mentioned the inner child a lot. And last night there was before I turned off the tablet and was sitting with the creator for a little bit, someone said, you must heal your inner child. I'm like, yeah, I already know that. And he kept calling it it. It requires your forgiveness. It requires your parenting and your love. And I looked at the comments and I'm like, everybody's just buying into, the stuff, but they're not paying attention to what he said. It Since when is your inner child an it? Your inner child is not an it. It's you. It's not something separate. It's you. And don't get it. And I said don't. And I put in the comment. I said don't get it twisted that you think you're some adult, because you ain't an adult. You're that child that's in an adult body. You're still that child. You ain't no it. It's not an it. So like, this is my issue with so-called others on the planet who don't know how to use their words more craftfully, and they have all this influence. You enjoying the weather? Nice and not as good now. Okay. I know. Have a great day. So my issue, it's not really an issue because everyone's on their journey, but like when you have so much influence, I feel it's your responsibility to know how to speak your words. Hey, good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Great, yourself? How you doing?
How you doing? Good?
I'm great.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Nice to see you. Where do you go? Oh, you got to talking.
Yeah, I'm helping people on the live stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you never apologize. You're good.
Okay.
Have a great
Have a
day.
nice day.
Thank you. Love that dude. He's awesome. So yeah, all I was saying was like, you know, people have a responsibility when they have influence. I'm not an influencer. I don't ever want to be an influencer. I'm just like just like everybody else, a mirror. But when you are out in the world, like those individuals, and they're using words like it, making your inner child sound like some sort of like afterthought, some sort of like separate entity. Yeah, I wasn't gonna stand for it. So I'm like in the comments, whether someone read it or not, someone will see it eventually. Your inner child is not an it. It is you. Don't get it twisted. Don't think just because you're in an adult body that you're the adult. You're still the child that's in the adult body. Just because you think you've grown up doesn't mean that you're not that child. You're still that child. And that child is the most powerful version of you. But it's until you recognize the fusion of your adult form and your child form, hence why the 6 eyes, into the imaginative, the innocent, the intellect, the intelligence, and the intuitive, which kind of wraps up those two nicely together, which then forms the infinite version of you. That is when you know that you are the creator, when you fuse your two together as one. The two become one. It's always going to be a trinity. Your child and your adult fused together as one makes you the third. And that third creates a new power. Infinite. It's still August. I feel like it's like September, but it's not. It's not September for another, what? Not for another while. There's Mr. Shadow Bubba. But yeah, there are people at the pool. Ah, shit. Phone battery at 10%, y'all. I don't know if I'll make it back. Phone, please hold out. Don't give up. I'm gonna have to brighten down the screen even more. What I might do quickly is, well, no. I'm gonna make it back. Universe, hold this battery at 10% until I make it back. For whoever's listening, if you're there and I don't make it back, I will make it back though. Yeah. Marrying the child to the with the adult, fusing, merging, intertwining, interlacing, interconnecting, interweaving them together. That's the most powerful version. So like when I heard that dude, I'm like, he's right with what he was saying. He's accurate, but how he presented your child as if it was like some sort of like afterthought, like some sort of like it. You are still that child. That's why I know that when I said that I'm further along than most humans, I meant what I said, and I take honor in that great privilege of being further ahead than most in terms of the wisdom and the awareness. I'm not better. Further doesn't mean better. Further just means more aware. And the fact that like he was saying, your child is not an it. Would you call if you had a physical child, would you call her or him an it? Of course not. You would call him he or she. So what does that, how is that different from your inner child? Aren't you not human? See, I pay attention to what people are actually saying and the words they're using. And when you actually pay attention to what words they're actually using, and you become aware of the words that people use when they're speaking, you get to become familiar with things. And it allows you to tap into an energy to be even more present. Shadow's ahead of us, by the way. That's Shadow Bubba and the owner. I don't know if we're gonna make it back, but we're gonna make it. Phone, hold on. Just hang on for a little bit. Oh yeah, the two doggies. There's the other doggy. Dear Shadow. That doggy just came barreling out. Whew. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, another Bubba. Oh, look, there's another tiny Bubba. Hey, look how tiny he is. So tiny. And that one was just looking at me. It was just like, okay. Almost back. I'm kind of sweaty, y'all, with my long sleeve on, like my thermal, because like it's meant to keep me warm, and it is, but at a cost that my hands are a little, they're not cold, but they're not warm either. They're kind of like lukewarm. So we will make it back. I'm gonna make it back. Nice. All right, universe. Let me drag out that power quickly. Yes. Wow. We made it. We made it back. Let's turn the camera this way. Let's turn that off. Now we can raise up, put on the Wi-Fi, put on the brightness. Whew, that was good. We made it back. I knew I would make it back. That was good. That was really good. Let's get that plugged in. My hair is like a mess. We're gonna get our hair cut eventually. Yeah. Biotin, copper, selenium, protein, rosemary, chokure, hanshanze shonen. Cool. I'm gonna go bring the tablet quickly. And I'm gonna draw that diagram with the joy. With the word joy. Maybe you'll continue watching that YouTube video.
They received something for which they had no psychological infrastructure to sustain.
That's crazy.
The universe did not deny permanence out of cruelty.
The universe follows an immutable protocol. Before any external change, you must die inside first. Every collapse, every loss, every rejection is the forced installation of the new identity that magnetizes the reality you desire. Reality isn't luck, fate, or chance. It's the exact mathematical projection of your internal frequency. You don't attract anything. You project who you are, and the universe has no choice but to reorganize everything to mirror it back. The tests don't show up to punish you, but to calibrate. They probe whether your transformation is real or just cosmetic. And when the old self senses the threat of extinction, it fights back. It creates drama, crises, setbacks. These aren't signs of failure. They're proof that the demolition has already begun. The greater the resistance, the closer you are to breaking free. Understand this: challenges don't interfere with manifestation. They are the manifestation in progress.
Most people live a fundamental lie about how reality works, and this lie keeps them trapped in cycles of frustration that they themselves have created without realizing it. There is a universal protocol operating behind the scenes of every human experience, a mechanism as precise as gravity, but deliberately hidden by the very simplicity of its operation. This protocol determines that no external change can occur without first experiencing a complete internal death, not metaphorical but literal in terms of psychological identity. What spiritual traditions have whispered for millennia, and what quantum physics now confirms through different language, reveals a disturbing truth. The universe does not respond to requests, desires, or even actions. It responds exclusively to crystallized states of consciousness. But here lies the secret that transforms everything. Before allowing you to inhabit a new reality, the universe needs to verify whether the internal transformation is genuine or just a superficial performance of the ego trying to manipulate circumstances.
Yep.
Consider the nature of what I am really means, not as an abstract philosophical concept, but as the primordial causal substance of all manifestation. When someone declares I am, they are invoking the fundamental creative power that shapes worlds. This is not a vague religious statement. It is a technical description of how consciousness operates. I am represents the unchanging center around which all experiences orbit. One can conceive of being rich, poor, healthy, or sick, but the center remains constant. It is this constancy that allows transformation, for without a fixed point of reference, there would be no possibility of conscious change. The universe functions through a principle called least action, the path of minimum resistance between two states.
The path of
In
minimum
physics,
resistance.
this governs everything from the trajectory of planets to the behavior of light. In consciousness, it manifests as an assumption, the psychological equivalent of least action. When you genuinely assume a new state of being, not through effort, but through total acceptance, the universe automatically reorganizes itself to reflect this change. But, and this is the crucial point, between assumption and manifestation, there is always a bridge. This bridge is not empty. It is populated with events, circumstances, and yes, specific tests that seem to contradict exactly what you are trying to manifest. When you seek abundance, intensified scarcity appears. When you look for love, rejections appear. When you desire health, the body presents new symptoms. These are not signs of failure or divine punishment. They are systematic authenticity checks, necessary calibrations that test whether the internal change has penetrated beyond the surface of the conscious mind into the depths of the subconscious. External reality, what we call the physical world, has no existence independent of the consciousness that perceives it. This is not speculative philosophy. It is the foundation upon which all experience is built. All things, when they are admitted, are made manifest by the light, and this light is consciousness itself. Every object, person, and circumstance in your life is literally consciousness crystallized into specific form, responding precisely to the particular arrangement of your IAM substance. The universe's testing protocol operates through three interconnected fundamental mechanisms.
Cool.
First, the quantum mirror law establishes that you do not attract reality, you project it. Second, the vibrational incompatibility principle
Cool
determines
beans.
that it is physically impossible to inhabit a reality for which you do not possess the corresponding frequency code. Third, the ego death protocol ensures that every genuine transformation requires the complete dissolution of the identity that created the current reality. Understanding these mechanisms is not an abstract intellectual exercise. It is a practical transformation technology that, when applied consciously, converts every obstacle into confirmation of progress, every resistance into evolutionary fuel, and every apparent setback into preparation for a quantum leap. The universe is not testing your patience or faith. It is verifying whether you have truly become, in essence, the person who would naturally possess what you desire to manifest. The ancient mystery schools of Egypt guarded knowledge that modernity has tried to bury under layers of superficial rationalism. The Hermetic principle of correspondence, as above,
So below,
as within,
so without, as the
was not
soul,
mystical
as the
poetry
universe soul the
for
soul,
initiates
which no one
dulled
talks
by
about.
incense. It was a precise technical description of how reality
Oops,
structures
that's too
itself
big.
in interdependent layers of manifested consciousness. The Hermeticists understood
There we
that
go.
the outer world does not exist as a separate entity, but as a mathematical projection of the inner world, a truth that quantum physics rediscovered when it observed that the act of observation collapses possibilities into specific realities. The quantum mirror law operates through a mechanism that transcends the linear understanding of cause and effect. When James Allen wrote that circumstances grow from thought, he was not offering a comforting metaphor, but describing a
Cool.
verifiable process. Every thought sustained with sufficient intensity imprints itself on the quantum field as a manifestation instruction.
Awesome.
The universe, functioning as an infinite processor of conscious information, has no choice but to reorganize the particles of reality to correspond exactly to the dominant mental impression. There is no moral judgment in this process, only technical correspondence between internal frequency and external manifestation. Joseph Murphy expanded this understanding by demonstrating that the subconscious mind does not distinguish between merely imagined experience
Bless me.
and real physical experience. For the subconscious, both are equally valid as reality instructions. This explains why visualization without corresponding emotional transformation consistently fails. You are trying to program new software while the old operating system continues running the same limiting protocols. The subconscious, which controls 95% of your mental
Universe?
operations,
Let go of
continues
my
projecting reality
my
based on
old
programming
software.
installed during the first 7 years of life, when the brain operated predominantly in theta waves, the state of natural hypnosis. The vibrational incompatibility principle reveals why intensely desiring something while maintaining contrary beliefs creates only amplified frustration. It is not a matter of deserving or divine judgment. It is pure structural impossibility. Consider a concrete example. A person vibrating at the frequency of scarcity trying to receive abundance is like a fax machine trying to receive email. The hardware does not process that type of signal. A mind programmed with money is difficult, literally, cannot process the experience of financial ease. The brain will delete, distort, or ignore evidence of abundance to maintain coherence with its base programming.
Did it.
This is why people win fortunes and quickly lose everything. They received something for which they had no psychological infrastructure to sustain. The universe did not deny permanence out of cruelty. The person simply could not maintain a frequency incompatible with their fundamental vibrational structure. Neville Goddard articulated this principle through the concept of the bridge of incidents, the inevitable sequence of events that must occur between the current state and the desired state. This bridge is not built by human effort, but by the very structure of reality responding to the change in internal state. When you genuinely assume, I am that which I desire to be, not as a hopeful affirmation, but as an accomplished fact in consciousness, the universe immediately begins to build the bridge. The events that arise, many apparently contrary to the desire, are the building materials of this bridge, not obstacles to it. The ego death protocol represents the most misunderstood and feared aspect of genuine transformation.
Cool.
The ego, this identity construction based on past experiences, traumas, successes, and failures, is not an enemy to be destroyed, but an obsolete structure to be transcended. When you decide to inhabit a new reality, you are declaring war not against external forces, but against the very identity you have spent decades building. The ego recognizes this existential threat and mobilizes its entire defensive arsenal. Increased anxiety, resurgence of old fears, sabotage of opportunities, and creation of dramas that confirm the old identity. This rebellion of the old self is not a flaw in the process. It is confirmation that the transformation is penetrating layers deep enough to threaten established structures. The more intense the internal resistance, the closer liberation is. The ego fights proportionally to the magnitude of the intended change. A small change generates small resistance. A radical identity transformation provokes what may seem like a total collapse of known reality.
Yep.
Hermetic wisdom, Neville Goddard's revolutionary teachings on the nature of creative consciousness, and Murphy's psychological discoveries converge on a fundamental truth. You are not a victim of circumstances, but their architect through the power of I am. Goddard demonstrated with surgical precision that controlled imagination and attention, well sustained in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, constitute the only technology necessary to transform any aspect of existence. The universe has no agenda of its own beyond faithfully mirroring the content of consciousness assumed as true. The tests that arise on the path of manifestation are necessary calibrations, authenticity checks that ensure the new reality will be sustainable when it finally materializes. Without this preparation, you would receive what you are not prepared to maintain, like a child receiving the keys to an airplane. The best kept secret about the nature of reality is not hidden in ancient texts or quantum physics laboratories. It is operating openly in every moment of your experience, invisible only because of its omnipresence. The universe's tests are not obstacles to manifestation. They are the manifestation happening. Every turbulence, every apparent setback, every intensification of problems when you seek solutions. All of this constitutes the literal process of installing a new identity at the cellular and quantum level. The universe is not checking whether you deserve it. It is checking whether you have become. Neville Goddard revealed with incomparable clarity that the assumption of the wish fulfilled is the ship that carries you over the unknown seas to the realization of your dream. But what Goddard also explained, and what many prefer to ignore, is that between boarding this ship and arriving at the destination, there exists a crossing through what he called the bridge of incidents. This bridge is not optional, it is structural. When you genuinely assume a new state of consciousness, when you truly feel yourself to be what you desire to manifest, the universe immediately begins dismantling the old reality while building the new one. The process works through mathematical precision, not through moral reward. When you sustain the feeling of, I am prosperous, while your bank account shows red numbers, you create cognitive dissonance that the universe must resolve. But, and here is the crucial point that separates superficial understanding from mastery, the universe resolves this dissonance not by instantly changing external circumstances, but by first testing the authenticity of the new assumption. If at the first sign of external contradiction you abandon the new identity and return to old patterns, the universe interprets this as an instruction to maintain the current reality. The proportionality between the magnitude of desire and the intensity of tests follows an inexorable mathematical law. Small change activates small test. Wanting to improve an existing relationship may generate a revealing argument that forces deeper communication.
Reveal?
Medium change generates medium turbulence. Seeking a new career activates a series of rejections that test commitment, family criticism that questions sanity, and temporary financial problems that force creativity. But radical quantum transformation, emerging from generational poverty into abundance, transcending toxic family patterns, healing from an incurable condition. This activates a complete demolition protocol. Relationships end, health temporarily worsens, finances collapse, and social identity crumbles. The magnitude of the test is proportional to the size of the foundation that needs to be rebuilt. Building a cottage requires shallow excavation. Erecting a skyscraper demands digging down to bedrock. Consider the specific mechanics of this process. When you internally declare a new identity, you are literally informing the quantum field that the person you have been until now must die so that the new one can be born. The field responds by creating circumstances that force the choice. Will you maintain the new identity, even when everything around suggests it is false, or will you return to the familiar comfort of the old identity? These test circumstances are not punishments. They are opportunities to demonstrate to the universe, and more importantly, to your own subconscious, that the transformation is irreversible. The revelation that reverses all conventional understanding about manifestation is this: you do not manifest to become someone. You become someone, and manifestation is the inevitable side effect. The obsessive focus on having keeps you trapped in consciousness of lack. The focus on being releases automatic materialization because the universe cannot deliver what you genuinely are. But the universe has infallible verification mechanisms. It knows how to distinguish between someone pretending to be rich and someone who has assumed wealth as a natural state of being. The evolutionary contract that you implicitly sign when establishing any genuine desire contains clauses that no one reads. First clause: you will receive not what you want, but the experiences necessary to become who naturally possesses what you want.
Yep.
Second clause: the intensity of the tests will be proportional to the magnitude of the intended transformation. Third clause: abandoning the process midway means returning to the starting point, often in worse condition, because now you carry the memory of failure. Goddard taught that building castles in the air is not childish fantasy, but precise creation technology, as long as you then mentally inhabit these castles with such conviction that your current reality seems like a dream and imagination seems real. The tests arise precisely when you begin to genuinely inhabit the new mental reality. The universe needs to verify: is this a temporary cosmetic change or a fundamental restructuring of identity? Each test carries within itself the seed of its own transcendence.
Interesting.
The financial loss that arises when you seek abundance forces you to find security beyond circumstances. The relationship that ends when you seek true love removes what was blocking your capacity to receive. The illness that arises when you seek vitality forces confrontation with deep beliefs about vulnerability and mortality. Nothing is accidental. Each event is positioned with surgical precision to force the death of specific aspects of the old identity. The fundamental paradox that governs the entire process. The universe's tests are simultaneously the obstacle and the path, the problem and the solution, the resistance and the liberation. Understanding this not intellectually but viscerally transforms suffering into evolutionary fuel. Each challenge becomes confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do, becoming exactly who you need to become. The mechanism through which the universe mirrors your inner essence operates with such relentless precision that once understood, it makes it impossible to continue living in the illusion of being a victim of circumstances. Every person who appears in your life, every situation that manifests, every opportunity that arises or disappears, all of this constitutes the exact mathematical reflection of the convictions you maintain in the depths of your subconscious. Joseph Murphy demonstrated that when you observe repetitive patterns in your external experience, you are literally looking at the crystallized content of your deepest beliefs. If relationships always end the same way, if money always escapes through the same cracks, if opportunities always disappear at the same critical point, you are not seeing bad luck or destiny. You are seeing your inner world projected on a three-dimensional IMAX screen. The universal mirror does not lie, does not distort, and does not judge. It simply reflects with absolute fidelity. When internally you maintain the deep conviction of not deserving love, the mirror organizes relationships that confirm this belief with cruel precision. Partners appear to be offering exactly the type of rejection or abandonment that validates your core belief. But here is the revelation that reverses victimization. These people are not doing something to you. They are performing the script that your subconscious wrote. Changing the cast without changing the script only guarantees that new actors will play the same roles. It is at this point in the transformation process that the most disconcerting phenomenon arises: the violent rebellion of the old self. Michael Singer, in his investigations into the nature of consciousness, revealed a fundamental distinction that most never perceive. There is a voice in your head that never stops talking, commenting, judging, creating narratives, reminiscing about the past, and projecting the future. This voice, which you have spent your entire life believing to be you, is not you. You are the silent consciousness that observes this voice. The voice is the old self, the ego built through decades of conditioning.
Third
And when you
dimensional
decide
thinking
to
mind.
genuinely transform, this voice enters existential panic. Singer's surrender experiment demonstrates something extraordinary. When you stop automatically obeying this inner voice, when you simply observe its demands without acting on them, seemingly miraculous results begin to manifest. But the old self does not accept this deposition peacefully. It intensifies the internal volume, creates imaginary emergencies, resurrects old traumas, and amplifies every fear to apocalyptic proportions. Every time you choose not to react to this voice's commands, it becomes more desperate, more dramatic, and more convincing in its attempts to regain control. The rebellion manifests through sophisticated sabotage. At the exact moment you begin to manifest the new reality, emergencies arise that demand a return to old patterns. The person determined to establish healthy boundaries suddenly receives a call from a toxic family member in crisis. Someone who decided to value their work receives an offer to work for free, just this once. Someone who assumes prosperity finds an unmissable opportunity for investment that drains their savings. These are not random external tests. They are strategies of the old self to prove that transformation is dangerous and returning to the known is the only safety.
That's a
It is
bar.
precisely on this internal battlefield that Don Miguel Ruiz offers revolutionary technology through the 4 agreements. These are not abstract moral principles or rules of good conduct. They are specific protocols for reprogramming the personal matrix. During childhood, you were subjected to a domestication process through rewards and punishments that
Yep.
installed specific mental software. Money doesn't grow on trees became executable code that runs automatically. I'm not good enough became an operating system that filters all experiences. The 4 agreements are antivirus programs designed to identify and neutralize these corrupted programs.
Yep.
Being impeccable with your word means recognizing that every word spoken or thought is a literal spell that
Wow, I
programs
did 3
reality.
diagrams.
When you say, I'm trying, you instruct the universe to keep you in a perpetual state of trying. When you declare, it's difficult, you activate protocols that guarantee difficulty. Impeccability requires constant vigilance over the creative power of language, recognizing that you are literally speaking your world into existence, word by word. Not taking anything personally constitutes psychic shielding against the projections of the outer world. When someone attacks, criticizes, or rejects you, they are not talking about you. They are revealing the content of their own inner mirror. The person who calls you selfish is confessing their own conflicted relationship with boundaries. Whoever accuses you of being dramatic is projecting their own internal theater. Understanding this
Nice.
is not an exercise in spiritual superiority. It is protection technology that prevents others' neuroses from contaminating your transformation process. Not making assumptions eliminates unnecessary suffering created by imaginary narratives. The old self is a master at creating elaborate stories about others' intentions, about the meaning of events, and about what will happen. Each assumption is a self-imposed mental prison. When you stop assuming and start verifying, discovering facts, instead of inventing fictions, you release massive mental energy previously wasted on imaginary dramas. Always doing your best, recognizing that your best varies from moment to moment, removes the tyranny of paralyzing perfectionism.
Yep.
Some days, your best is extraordinary. Other days, it is just surviving. Accepting this variation without judgment disarms the inner critic that the old self uses as its primary weapon of sabotage. When you do your best without crucifying yourself for imperfection, you remove the fuel that feeds the ego's rebellion. The implementation of these agreements is not a gentle process of gradual growth. It is a declared war against the entire personality architecture built since birth. Every time you choose a conscious word over an automatic reaction, every moment you
This
don't
video is
take
really
something
good.
personally, when the old you would be devastated, every situation where you verify facts, instead of believing assumptions, you are literally killing aspects of the old self and being born as the person who naturally inhabits the desired reality. Genuine transformation reveals itself not through dramatic epiphanies or cinematic moments of enlightenment, but through cumulative microchanges that literally rewire the brain's neural architecture. Martin Seligman, in his investigations into the nature of learned optimism, discovered something that completely destroys the narrative of instant transformation. The brain changes through consistent repetition of small successes, not through large isolated events. Every time you resist an old trigger for 5 seconds longer than yesterday, every moment you choose a different thought, even if briefly, you are carving new neural grooves that will eventually become highways of automatic behavior. The distinction between optimists and pessimists does not lie in some genetic predisposition or divine grace. It lies in specific interpretation patterns that can be measured and altered. Pessimists interpret challenges through 3 toxic filters: permanence, pervasiveness, and personalization. When something goes wrong, the pessimist thinks it will always be like this: permanence, it ruins everything; pervasiveness, and It's my fault. Personalization. Optimists process the same events
Oops.
through opposite filters. This is temporary. It affects only this specific area, and it was the circumstances. This difference is not superficial positive thinking. It is reality processing technology that literally determines which doors open and which remain closed. The brain, this plastic organ that modern neuroscience has revealed to be infinitely more malleable than imagined, does not distinguish between big and small victories when registering success patterns. When you celebrate having maintained the new identity for 30 seconds during a crisis, the brain releases the same neurochemical cascade of reward that it would release for a greater achievement. Dopamine flows, synapses strengthen, and the behavior becomes fractally more likely to repeat. You are literally addicting your brain to transformation, one microdose at a time. But here
This is
arises a
awesome.
disturbing implication that few are prepared to confront. Celebrating small progress while external reality still seems catastrophic requires complete death of the need for external validation. The old self needs visible proof, measurable results, and applause from the world. The new self celebrates invisible internal changes, knowing that external reality is just a delayed echo of internal frequency. This decoupling between internal progress and external evidence is where most abandon the process, interpreting the lag time as failure instead of recognizing it as the necessary gestation period. Neuroplasticity research confirms something that Neville Goddard intuited decades before neuroimaging technology existed. The brain completely reconstructs itself based on where you consistently focus attention. Neurons that fire together wire together permanently. Every time you maintain the feeling of the wish fulfilled, despite contrary evidence, you are forcing specific neurons to fire in a new pattern. Sufficient repetition, and this pattern becomes the new default, the new automatic, the new inevitable reality. It is at this point in the process that the universe begins sending confirmations through what Deepak Chopra identified as synchrodestiny, the apparently miraculous convergence of unrelated events that conspire to manifest your intention. But synchronicity is not a magical reward for good spiritual behavior. It is a mathematical consequence of sustained alignment. When you maintain a specific frequency consistently, you magnetize events, people, and circumstances that resonate at that same frequency. The universe is not conspiring in your favor. You are conspiring with the universe through maintained vibrational coherence. The fourth principle of synchrodestiny reveals a specific mechanism. Your intentions possess infinite organizing power that commands invisible forces. But, and this is the secret that transforms intellectual understanding into practical mastery, the universe responds only to crystalline intentions sustained by unshakable emotional conviction. Vague desires, oscillating hopes, and contradictory requests create only static in the quantum field. Absolute clarity combined with emotional certainty creates a force vector that reorganizes the very structure of reality. The cosmic guarantee operates here with absolute precision. When you reach critical mass of vibrational coherence, the universe cannot not deliver. This is not a vague metaphysical promise. It is a law as inviolable as thermodynamics. Water must turn to steam at 100 degrees Celsius at sea level. A dropped object must fall toward the gravitational center. Sustained frequency must materialize a corresponding reality. The universe does not decide to deliver based on worthiness or divine timing. Delivery is an automatic consequence of specific conditions being met. Goddard called this law precisely because it operates with mechanical consistency, not divine whim. Synchronicities begin subtly. You think of someone
Cool.
and that person calls. You need specific information and it appears casually in a random conversation. You question whether you are on the right path, and you see repeated number sequences, encounter the same message from different sources, and receive confirmations through strangers. These are not coincidences. They are the universe responding to the increasing coherence of your energy field. The more you maintain alignment through the tests, the denser and more obvious the synchronicities become. The universe's
Cool.
recognition
I did
does
it.
not come as grandiose external validation. It comes as an increasing series of impossible coincidences that make it undeniable that something beyond chance is operating. But here is the reversal that few understand. The universe is not finally noticing you. You are finally vibrating at a frequency coherent enough to perceive that the universe has always been responding. The change is not in the universe's behavior, it is in your ability to decode its communications. Each celebrated micro-progress strengthens this coherence. Each small victory over the old self increases the bandwidth of your connection to the field of infinite possibilities. The universe intensifies synchronicities proportionally to your ability to maintain them without ego inflation or dependence. The confirmations serve not as prizes, but as breadcrumbs on the path, indicating that you are on the correct trajectory, even when the destination is not yet visible. The final implication of this understanding completely revolutionizes the manifestation journey. You are not trying to convince the universe to give you something. You are becoming someone the universe cannot recognize. When your internal frequency reaches critical mass of coherence, when the new identity becomes more real than the old one, when you celebrate invisible progress with the same intensity you would celebrate visible results, the universe responds not by choice but by law. Manifestation becomes not a question of if, but only of when. The universal tests reveal a fundamental truth that we resist accepting. You were never a victim of external circumstances, but have always been the unconscious creator of every obstacle in your path. The universe has no will of its own, preferences, or moral judgment system. It operates as a neutral processor of consciousness instructions, faithfully materializing the convictions you maintain in your subconscious. When you understand that every test was you testing yourself through the universal mirror, the victimization narrative collapses, leaving only creative responsibility. The challenges you interpreted as punishments were the universe preventing you from receiving what you were not psychologically prepared for. Receiving certain manifestations without adequate internal structure would be destructive, not beneficial. Neville Goddard articulated this principle through the reinterpretation of scripture. No man takes my life, I give it voluntarily. The old identity must be consciously abandoned so that the new one can emerge.
Cool.
The universe provides the circumstances that make this transformation not just possible, but inevitable for those who genuinely seek change. The most challenging discovery is realizing that all external resistance has always been projected as internal resistance. The difficult person in your life performs the script written by your beliefs about relationships. Financial scarcity materializes your convictions about worthiness. Illness often expresses the conflict between what you consciously desire and what you unconsciously believe you deserve. Changing the external actors without rewriting the internal script
Nice.
only guarantees that new characters will play the same roles. Goddard taught a specific technique. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, maintaining this sensation until it becomes more vivid than physical reality. This literally reprograms the instructions that the universe executes. Between reprogramming and manifestation, there exists a period where two realities, the old and the new, compete for expression. The tests are in this transition period, not indicators of failure, but evidence that two incompatible realities cannot coexist, and one must yield. Examine which identity you protect when resisting change. The self built through trauma and limitation has developed sophisticated survival strategies that now prevent transcendence. This self knows every mechanism to avoid pain, every justification for mediocrity, and every narrative that explains why transformation is impossible. Paradoxically, the self that promises protection is the jailer that keeps you imprisoned. The universal tests offer the choice between obeying the familiar jailer or embracing unknown freedom. The brain does not distinguish between real safety and familiarity. It interprets the known as safe, even when
Nice.
the known causes suffering. People remain in destructive situations because the familiar, though painful, seems safer to the nervous system than the promising unknown. The tests force confrontation with this primitive mechanism that prefers known suffering to unknown liberation. Understanding that turbulence indicates movement of consciousness's tectonic plates transforms your response to challenges. Instead of seeking a return to old stability, you surrender to the process of creative destruction, knowing that each collapsing structure was preventing the new reality. Chaos is not universal abandonment, but a necessary reorganization of reality particles into a superior configuration. The desired manifestation is not being denied. It is being prepared through a process that ensures sustainability. Each test overcome strengthens the psychological vessel. Each transcended challenge expands the capacity to receive. Each death of the old self creates space for the birth of the new. The universe verifies whether the transformation has penetrated beyond the surface to the core, where permanent change occurs. The journey culminates in the discovery that you have always been the creative I am that Goddard described, temporarily hypnotized by the illusion of separation and powerlessness. The tests were the process of awakening from this hypnosis, each challenge functioning as
Cool.
an alarm to wake you from the dream of limitation. Upon fully awakening, you realize there was never a journey in the conventional sense, only the progressive recognition of an eternal truth. You are creative consciousness, experiencing itself through human transformation. Intellectual awakening without embodied practice remains philosophical entertainment. The bridge between understanding and living these principles requires specific discipline. Reconnecting with the state of consciousness where you are not the mental voice, but the silent presence that observes. This state is not achieved through additional mental effort, but through systematic surrender to the silence beyond thought, where I am resides. The practice consists of regular moments of conscious pause. Ask yourself, who is aware of my thoughts now? In that pause, you touch the pure consciousness that is your true nature. Goddard called this feeling yourself as I am. Not I am this or that, but simply I am, pure consciousness before any identification. With consistent practice, these moments expand until you operate predominantly from this center of conscious creative power instead of automatically reacting to conditioned patterns. The tests will continue as long as there are unintegrated aspects between your conscious and subconscious self. Each test is an invitation for greater alignment, greater coherence between what you proclaim and what you secretly believe. Mastery is not the absence of tests, but the ability to recognize them as opportunities
Cool.
for refinement, not as obstacles.
Well, I guess I'll
When
grab
this
something to
perspective is
eat.
established, you stop fighting against life and begin dancing with it.
This is a really good video.
Knowing that each apparently contrary movement, as I
Oh,
all change begins with understanding your role as co-creator consciousness. To learn more and get immediate access, click the link on the screen or in the comments. If this video resonated with you, write in the comments.
turn off why.
True intelligence isn't measured by how quickly you respond, but by the depth of the silence that comes before it. We live in an era where reacting fast is seen as a sign of competence, but time has shown that wisdom rarely manifests through speed. It flourishes in the space between stimulus and action, exactly where...
Okay. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. I don't know why it's not on Wi-Fi. It's weird. Seriously, what the fuck are you doing, Wi-Fi? It's okay. Oh. I'm gonna put some music.